so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Dear employer,
my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Roskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Deiser.
I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum,
I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data,
to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Reintroducing constitutional carry bills in Wisconsin. A few Republican lawmakers want to eliminate permit requirements for a concealed carry. That's one of several bills circulating in the legislature. The others would exempt firearms from sales tax on the 4th of July and make language about the right to bear arms in Wisconsin's constitution more robust. Meanwhile, Democratic lawmakers want to require more training for permits without continuing firearm safety courses. Another bill would make a voluntary do not sell list for handguns in honor of the Milwaukee alderman Jonathan Brostoff. Controversy continues over AI data centers in Wisconsin. Microsoft recently decided not to build a center in Caledonia after backlash from community members. CEO of the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce, Dale Koyanga, says this.
When you're talking about Microsoft, you're talking about only 4 Olympic-sized swimming pools of water a year. A golf course in Wisconsin will use more water than that in a given month in the summer than they'll use an entire year.
The data center plan for Port Washington would use 2.8 million gallons of water in 2026 and could be increased by 8.4 million gallons as it expands. Attorney General Josh Kaul is appealing a ruling that requires election officials to verify the citizenship status of all Wisconsin voters. A Waukesha County judge ruled that the Wisconsin Elections Commission must match voter registration information to State Department of Transportation files or other state records before the February election. That poses a challenge for voters without a driver's license. Kaul is arguing the judge misread state and federal laws about voter citizenship data and says the initial lawsuit did not identify any non-citizens registered to vote in Wisconsin. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council
Show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm not having fun today at all. You know why I'm not having fun today? Because I just read a story that kind of made me pause. And so there's this story that threw me for a loop. But I digress. Hey, remember, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never, ever miss a show. Of course, if I'm not here, you can always go to 1017thetruth.com, download, listen to the show, see what's going on, hear what's going on, and always, always, always remember that you can quite possibly win something if you download the Truth app. Just go to the App Store or Google Play Store and go from there. Also, November 15th, you need to go to 1017truthsummit.com so you can register for the Truth Summit 2025, our second annual, presented by 1MKE and Thrive On King. That's exactly where we'll be, by the way, at 2153 North Martin Luther King Drive on November 15th. Doors open at 9:30. At 10 o'clock, we've got two of, I believe, the most powerful things we can talk about as it relates to the future of Milwaukee. One is the health divide. We got to bridge that gap in the Milwaukee healthcare system. We see some of the issues we had recently. And from the high chair to higher education, Dr. Terrence Robinson, superintendent of West Allis West Milwaukee School District, Dr. Damon Means, superintendent of Wauwatosa School District, and Dr. Brenda Caselius, superintendent of our very own Milwaukee Public Schools. We've also got Dr. Mark Kennedy, a gastroenterologist, who's going to be talking to you about health, Black people health, what we do, what we eat, how we need to treat ourselves, how we need to take care of ourselves. You know, we always complain about how the life expectancy of Black men is down. Well, it's down because you're not eating right, eating all the wrong stuff. And then you want to blame somebody else. Well, it's my heritage, it's my culture. That can lead me to, fall apart. Well, there's a study out of Howard University. A medical consultant explains how, you ready? Holding a grudge can lead to disease, including cancer. So this for all you folk that's mad at people, you ever met somebody like that that's just always mad? Always mad. I'm not talking about, okay, I can see Quanda on the talking text line already going, well, Dr. Ken, you always mad? That's my Quanda voice. Dr. Ken, you always mad because you always pop it off. Well, that's different. I'm just saying. That's a little different. I'm talking about in those times where you've been hurt, betrayed, lied on, backstabbed, whether it's intentional or unintentional, or experienced some kind of grief, somebody passed away, and you believe that whatever happened is unfair. So then you get mad, you hold a grudge. You either forgive and let go, or you hold on to it. All the pain and discomfort, and some people wallow in that. Some of us are happy being mad. But studies have shown and have linked that holding on to a grudge can lead to things like cancer. According to one Howard University scientist, the weight of unforgiveness might do more than just strained relationships. It can take a toll on the body altogether. Although cutting folks off has practically become a cultural sport, right? To get canceled. Some experts say the emotional strain that follows might do actual more harm than good. This research has led to a deeper conversation about how much it really costs to stay mad. Stress, resentment, unresolved anger doesn't live in your head. It actually permeates throughout your body. It manifests itself physically. You get tired, you have tension, and your joints ache. And then you get sick. You're mad at somebody else for something that has nothing to do with you. You're mad at somebody, and you're mad at something that you didn't cause, but you can't change. And here you are, just can't hold yourself together. Dr. Patrick Ajawiri, a medical consultant at Howard University, says these emotional burdens, you hear me, are directly tied to disease. A project known as the Unforgiveness Project explored the connection between human behavior and disease and reportedly revealed a correlation between difficult-to-treat cancers and unforgiveness. Of all cancer patients, 61% of them had forgiveness issues, and of those, more than half are severe. Harboring negative emotions like anger and hatred creates a state of chronic anxiety, raises cortisol levels, suppresses the immune system, and then you just get sick. But don't just take it from me.
If you got someone who you feel has wronged you and you carrying that, that's like a cancer. And all it's doing is eating away at you. Do you know how many people I've had to forgive that have never asked me for forgiveness? You know how many people I just let go? Because I just ain't have no more time to spend no more time thinking about that.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Aww.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tip-Off Week is more than just the start of Bucks basketball. It's the start of a new season of memories. The raucous crowd, the thrill of every bucket, and the spectacular moments you'll talk about all year long. Whether you come with family, friends, or coworkers, we're all in for cheering Fear the Deer. Nothing compares to the energy of Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action from the very beginning. Get your tickets now at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
Contract-ready businesses, opportunity seekers, partnership builders, deal closers. Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, is focused on you. This event puts small businesses like yours in the room with buyers, partners, and mentors who can help open doors to bigger opportunities. Join us online December 9th, in person December 10th and 11th at the Baird Center in downtown Milwaukee. Whether you're in construction, looking for contracts, or a service provider ready to grow, Marketplace Wisconsin is for you. Meet one-on-one with government reps, corporate buyers, and resource providers. Small businesses like yours keep Wisconsin moving forward. Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is here to propel your growth. So join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, December 10th and 11th. Register at marketplacewisconsin.com. That's marketplacewisconsin.com. Presented by WEDC. Let's look forward together.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'm not a shy little girl, I'm a wizard.
You're listening to the Tory Lowe Show. Tory in the afternoon at 101. At 1017thetruth.com. Clearly. Okay, so what's the opposite of Tory Lowe and me? What's the opposite? I'm more handsome than Tory Lowe. I have less hair than Tory Lowe. Both facial and on the top of my head. Come on, YouTube chat. Come on, talking text line 833-212-1017. Come on. What else? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I look forward to seeing all of you on November 15th. All right? I look forward to it. I look forward to it. I'm just saying. Hey, what's up? Willie, Quanda, Curly Q, Sincere, Ronnie Ray Real. Wow. Wow. Should I read that? Sincere Ronnie Ray Real said, I treat my grudges like my gases. I let them go. It's kind of funny, but it's actually kind of true. It comes down to understanding when to let go. When to say, you know what, this isn't working. And it's time to kind of roll out. It's time to, be, it's okay to say, this isn't working. This isn't something that we like, and I'm out. The problem is many people don't do that. And we carry around things from 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And then when we start getting sick, we wonder, I wonder what's wrong. Well, I could kind of tell you what's wrong. You're mad at somebody. And I remember being mad at people only to really realize that you got to, let it go. 16 minutes after the hour, it is 48 degrees. Showers are in the area. Tonight, it's about, low is about 38 degrees. Close to freezing. 48 degrees feels like 42 with the wind from the west-northwest at about 15 miles an hour. The wind from the west, so it's kind of rocking and rolling. But some things you need to just let go. Some things just need to be, gone. Like the article in the Milwaukee Courier. He was our lieutenant governor. He had every advantage. The primary field cleared for him to be the Democratic nominee for U.S. Senate, and still he lost by just over 26,000 votes. That alone might be forgivable. But let's not forget the part that too many people gloss over. He ran 50,000 votes behind Governor Tony Evers in the same election in Milwaukee County, where Mandela Barnes is from, and he still ran behind Evers. That's the hard truth. Even here, he couldn't finish the deal. Now we're hearing that Mandela Barnes is preparing to run for governor in 2026. With Donald Trump back in the White House, rolling back civil rights and gutting everything we care about, we cannot afford a risk, not now, not with the stakes this high. Now, we're talking about a black Milwaukee newspaper that wrote an article because somebody that was black that was thinking about running, Mandela Barnes, is thinking because they heard he might run. The Milwaukee Courier is going to say the same thing I say. Let's be clear. This is not personal. Mandela's story is one of promise. He's bright, he's passionate, but this moment is not about promise, it's about performance. And in politics, you earn your next opportunity by delivering on the last one. And in 2022, Mandela Barnes didn't. That Senate seat was ours to win. Now, this is the paper talking. This is the staff. He had the national support. He had the resources. He had the attention. And still he came up short. And that's more telling of, instead of spending the past 2 years organizing here at home, building bridges, and proving he learned from that loss. What we've seen is a campaign in waiting with no clear rationale other than a desire to begin again. And they say that's not enough. And so they ask the question, who's asking him to run? It's not the people of Milwaukee. It's national Democratic donors and operatives in Washington and New York trying to rerun the same experiment. Now, this is me. We keep letting ourselves get caught. We keep getting gassed up about how great we are and how tough we are. But why wouldn't you find somebody who's black and already in office and back them? You already have multiple people running for office. And no disrespect, who cares where Trump is? Who cares what national politics say? We're talking local here. You always want to find somebody that has a lock on the black community to keep us all the way off to the side, all the way off doing things. And if you have a comment, 833-212-1017 is the number. You keep us off to the side, concentrating on Mandela Barnes, while you put your candidate up and they win and you go, oh, well, too bad. And now you get to dismiss Mandela, you get to dismiss black people again, and you get to dismiss Milwaukee. I just find it amazing. Somebody needs to go tell Mandela Barnes to go somewhere and sit down. Makes absolutely no sense. It just makes no sense. We retread, we redo, we rehash, and then when we do put you in, all you do is scream a lot and talk a lot and collect your paycheck, and we get nothing. Think about this. You protested more about Donald Trump and him being the king than you did the 5 or 6 people that died in homicides over the weekend. That's Milwaukee. That's black Milwaukee. Because white folks ain't going to, get mad at something you did because they didn't do it. But you're not even mad at your own community for doing wrong. We, us, need to step up and stop this nonsense. Part of it is running the wrong people for office as if they get a second chance for what? What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Do you want Mandela Barnes to run again? Should he jump in the Democratic fray with 10 million people running for governor? I don't know how that's going to shake out. Personally, it makes no sense to me. Makes absolutely no sense. We have to learn how to pick our battles and plan. But I haven't heard one person in Milwaukee, and I know a lot of politicians, and I know a lot of people in Milwaukee, and I have not heard one of them bring up Mandela Barnes' name. Not one. And it's not trashing him. But I think the Democratic Party needs to do like the Republican Party does. I know all y'all want to run, yeah, but we only funding them. We'll have a runoff with 2 people, those 2. Everybody else, go sit down. And whether or not the Republican Party or Democratic Party supports you, That's nice, but we put our money behind them. Why can't the Democratic Party do that? There are so many people running in the gubernatorial primary. Is it the primary? Yeah. That you don't know who to pick. And it's going to water down to the two worst people, and then those will be the ones that you'll have to vote for. It's just too much. And then they're going to come back and try to run against the Republican. Have you thought that through? Have you figured out where Milwaukee will be in 2026 in the midterms and then 2028? And what about 2030? Because Lord knows you got the wrong person in Department of Public Instruction. Jill Underly, useless. So then what are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. I mean, as they say, quiet is kept. I might be in a funk myself because if I keep looking at what's going on. And Dimitri said, I haven't heard anything about Mandela Barnes ever since he was lieutenant governor. He ran for Senate, but that's my point. And so you listen to white Democrats. Nothing wrong if they're going to help. But they viewed you through their eyes, and they presented you through their eyes. Standing in Barnes doing commercials and talk about your mother, how she worked on afternoons or evenings. Like none of that resonated with anything. Anything. Black people actually avoided voting for you. That's not true. People in Milwaukee avoided voting from you. You got less votes than the governor, and you were on the Democratic ticket with him. And you know he didn't want you because he gave you trash jobs to do. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And most people haven't heard that. Most people haven't heard that Mandela Barnes might be thinking about running. Honestly, his name never came up. It never came up. Milwaukee Courier Online.com says, we don't need a comeback. What we need is someone who can expand the map, not shrink it. We need a win. Mandela had his opportunity. He didn't close. And that means it's time for a new chapter, and messy 2026 primary is a gift to the GOP and a risk we simply can't afford. We can't waste energy on that. We need a candidate who can unite this state and win. Mandela Barnes has shown us he can't. And then they end the article respectfully, Mandela, don't run. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
Well, we've got westbound 94 backing up from about 25th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange to about Hawley Road. So give yourself that extra time. On the eastbound side, some delays basically coming in from 164 all the way to to Springdale Road, then back on the brakes through the Barker Road area past Calhoun. And you're back on the brakes from about 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. Southbound on 41 backing up right past Good Hope Road, and then again from Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. A little bit more of a delay past Burleigh. Northbound slowing from Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, slight chance for showers, cloudy, breezy, a low of 39. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 51. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The WIAA football playoffs is here, and you know what that means. Win or go home. Tune in this Friday night as the 7th-seeded Marquette Hilltoppers begin their quest for a state championship as they travel to take on the 2nd-seeded Sussex Hamilton Chargers. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.G. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Burghardt Sporting Goods.
The 24th annual A Novel event is coming. Sharp Literacy's yearly fundraiser will happen on October 28th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center. Green Bay Packers all-time leading receiver and Super Bowl champion Donald Driver will be the featured guest and keynote speaker. Funds raised at A Novel event will support the delivery of Sharp's STEAM-based education program to thousands of K-3 through 5th grade students and educators across Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. A reunion with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers in Sunday Night Lights as the Pack head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Coach Matt LaFleur isn't thinking about Rodgers, though.
I'm going to talk about how we, just like we do every week, what is our blueprint and what are our keys in order to go to Pittsburgh, which is a damn good football team and a really tough, hostile environment, and try to play our best.
That game begins Sunday evening at 7:20. Another reunion on the way to Milwaukee as the Bucks opened the season against the Washington Wizards and Chris Middleton. Middleton on Analysis Live earlier this week.
Day one since I got there all the way up until, losing against Indy in the playoffs. I've been in Milwaukee pretty much my whole NBA career, so that's pretty much, all I knew was the life of, basketball in Milwaukee.
That game is tonight at 7 p.m. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Calling all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their business and journey on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. So to sign up for your business spotlight interviews, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's Associated Bank, member FDIC. 833-212-1017 is the number. Marvin said, I will not vote for Mandela. Also, how many of them people out there for No King's Day voted? How many people at No King's Day? Did they have somebody out there registering people to vote? I doubt it. Because all they wanted you to do is vote for them and walk through them and say, well, look what we did for you. There's a poll in the YouTube chat. So all you need to do is stream and watch us on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Click Watch Live, and then you go right to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then you can vote in the poll. Would you want to see Mandela Barnes run for governor again? And if every single vote that's in there, 100% said no.
Damn.
100%. Dimitri say, Dr. Ken, what do you think? I think something should be done to get Jill Underly out of office. Me and you talked about that last week. Yeah, we did. And so Laugh Loud said Barnes is not representative. And I said, representative of what? He said, fake people. Wow. Wow. B. Bruce said, just get behind the Crowley guy. See, rule number 1, if you don't know his name, we got issues. And forgive him about the bubble-headed electric bus misspeak. He looks the part and talks the part better than the folks in the fray. Interesting comments. Sincere Runner Real said, did we already have that poll? No. Somebody said, yeah, the governor's race is a sign of the times, right? It's like it's about to end. I get it. We do not, notice I said we, I didn't say y'all, because I live here and I raise my kids here. We don't get rid of politicians well. We don't pick politicians well. We pick the shiny toy. Oh, look. Instead of getting to substance. One thing Crowley has done is he ran the county. And he ran it during a time through COVID, during a time when it was probably the other than the pension malfunction. This is probably COVID, and post-COVID is probably the absolute worst time you could run the county. And so I get it. It's tough. It's tough. What's up, Southside Frank? What's up, Ann? Ann was saying many of us struggle with guilt and regret. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't struggle with guilt and regret. Let it go. Go get a therapist if you need one. That's what I did. That's what everybody should do. The thing that scares you is when you don't go get a therapist and when you don't go talk to people. Carry that around with you and it makes you sick. Interesting. And if you missed it, just download the show, go to YouTube or go to Spotify and check it out and hear what I said in my open, because we talked about unforgiveness can kill. It can cause cancer. It's been linked to cancer. Got to be careful with that. Got to be careful. Got to forgive people. Got to let go. But then don't stay mad, because if you stay mad, yeah. And then after that, we were talking about Mr. Mandela. Like, what do you call him? He used to be lieutenant governor, former lieutenant governor, or just call him Mr. Mandela Barnes? I don't know. It's struggling. And one of the reasons I struggle with it is because, is there anybody new? Like, is anybody, like, we keep picking from, and I don't say this in a sense of the person is that, but the position is. We keep picking lesser people. I've never known this until I got here. And maybe I just didn't know. I see people run for state legislature and then run for city council. I'm like, time out. What? You work for the state and then you work for the city and then you get paid more with the city than you do with the state. Like, this is weird. Like, what? Yeah, I think I'm going to run for assembly first. Then I'll run for the Senate, and then I'll run for older man or woman. I don't do older person. That kind of lessens the person, right? But that's just me. Makes no sense. And it's like they go from nothing to state leadership to city leadership to Congress. I'm like, what? That's just weird. And everybody's afraid to make the jump, right? Well, I'm not going to go from county to Congress. I'm going to go from county to governor, from governor to Congress. Like, I wouldn't go from governor to Congress. I don't know what that's about. What is that about? That's just weird. And then you go from senator to governor. I'm like, huh? Don't you go from governor to senator? Like, this is weird. This is backwards. Maybe it's just Wisconsin and I'm not used to it. I've only been here 30-something years. 30-something years. Right now, there's a poll, so if you go to YouTube at 1017thetruth.com and click Watch Live, you'll go to our YouTube page and you can log in and see the poll. What would you want? I can't read today. Would you want to see Mandela Barnes run for governor again? Did he ever run for governor before? He ran for lieutenant governor. He never ran for governor. I don't think. But I guess governor's in his title, so I guess it counts, right? 90% said no. 10% said yes. And terrible. I mean, terrible that somebody voted. I'm talking about terrible of the 10%. That one, I don't think he should run again. Go find a job. Go get a life. Go somewhere and sit down. Because it just makes no sense. Wow. Word on the street is Woodman's is hiring. So, if you're looking for a job, there's a you can roll up there. They got one down in Oak Creek, and they got another one down to like Kenosha off Highway 50.
I heard they pay good overtime.
Wow. Somebody said they pay good overtime. So I don't blame them. That's mean. It's also accurate. But at some point, wow. And Curly Q said, Robert Townsend said in Hollywood Shuffle, the post office is always hiring. Matter of fact, I just got a hiring notice from them in the mail the other day. Ooh. So then here's my question. What is it about Mandela Barnes that make people say he shouldn't run again? Eight 833-212-1017 is the number. Would you want to see Mandela Barnes run for governor? 82% no, 18% yes. I vote no. I think it's time. It's time for someone who's going to have the temerity to step up and, don't take it the wrong way, not care about Donald Trump and actually run the state of Wisconsin. I'm almost turned off when I hear you're going to battle Donald Trump. Then what are you going to do with the rest of the state of Wisconsin? I don't really care about Donald Trump. I don't care about the administration. Well, you should care. That's for you to care. I get it. I understand. But at least respect my point of view. I believe that at some point, we got to take care of Milwaukee and take care of the rest of the state of Wisconsin. And we need somebody that's going to do it. Not like a Tony Evers who just skips past it, or Jill Underly who doesn't care in the Department of Public Instruction. We need a wholesale. If you're going to sweep out government, you need to sweep out Wisconsin government. because Republicans aren't doing what we need. The Democrats aren't doing what we need. The city council is kind of on its way to working out great. But they're going to have to stand up and not look off to the side or look to the future and take care of the here and the now. When we come back, I'm going to touch on sports. And, tonight is a big night.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Panthers basketball is back. On Saturday afternoon, the Panthers host the UW Parkside Rangers.
4 seconds left in the half. KP contested three. Oh, Pullian buried it at the buzzer. 5-on-4. Folks lob it up. Johnny Lovelace Jr. sends it in.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 12:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 o'clock.
Contract-ready businesses, opportunity seekers, partnership builders, deal closers. Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, is focused on you. This event puts small businesses like yours in the room with buyers, partners, and mentors who can open doors to bigger opportunities. Join us online December 9th and in person December 10th and 11th at Baird Center in downtown Milwaukee. Whether you're a construction company looking for contracts or a service provider ready to grow, Marketplace Wisconsin is for you. Meet one-on-one with government reps, corporate buyers, and resource providers. Small businesses like yours keep Wisconsin moving forward. Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is here to propel your growth. So, join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, December 10th and 11th. Register today at marketplacewisconsin.com. That's marketplacewisconsin.com. Presented by WEDC. Let's look forward together.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Spaces are limited. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkeprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
After an accident, don't wait to get the help you need. Call Gruber Law Offices first. There is no fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Don't you know what makes you beautiful? I'll do anything for you that I never done before.
About time they made a song about me.
Don't you know that you're...
Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Don't let him have no type of moment.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. What's the deal with the Bucks? Glenn Pearce is here. All things sports.
How's it going? Feels good. Season opener. It's a big night. It's a big night.
Yeah, but when we was talking, you had a you had a comment about entry versus exit.
You gonna make me put it on the record right now?
Absolutely.
They got 82 games left. Why? They didn't even play the first one. I got to put it on record right now. I'll say it. You know what? I believe in my prediction that much. I think this is a team that will finish in the top 5, but I think they will also exit the round or exit in the second round again. I think that's where this team is headed.
I agree.
And We talked about it as well off air.
I agree.
This is a team that has Batman, but they don't have a Robin. They have a lot of. It's the truth.
Since I outed you, I may as well out myself. I did say they got a couple of Robinettes.
Robinettes.
But no Robin.
Yeah, no, I think this is a team that they obviously added Miles Turner in the offseason, which is a great addition. Again, he gives them. He's basically a carbon copy, a younger version of Brook Lopez, I want to say. He can space the floor, rim protection. They also have Giannis as well, who plays defense and plays hard on both ends. But Kevin Porter Jr., again, is going to have an insane amount of free will that he has never had before. And so
he may go wild or he might become reckless.
And that's the thing. I think he's a player that I've liked. I think he has all-star potential with his scoring ability, with his athleticism. But he tends to take some very wild shots, and he also is very, reckless with the ball at times. But they do have a steady bench. Again, they have guys like Bobby. They have A.J. Green. They got a couple other guys. I believe Ryan Rollins, another point guard that they have, who's, pretty decent. So, and they have Thanasis back as well. They have a steady, veteran presence. He was a guy that was on the team when they won in 2021. So I think that they're going to struggle early on trying to figure out who's going to be that guy when Giannis isn't having his best night. And
So how long will it take for them to gel out of 82 games? 40? 30?
I'll give it 30. I'll say 30 games before they kind of figure out what the best rotation is, how many guys that they can play, if the bench is any deep, or if they have to figure out if they're going to have to make a move at the deadline, all types of things like that. But I think the East is very wide open. There's a lot of guys that are banged up. Again, we talked about it all the time. Tatum might not be back until, I want to say, the spring of 2026. You got Halliburton, who's out for the entirety of the season. And then, you never know what's going to happen as well with the 76ers. The 76ers have a couple of guys who are in and out of the lineup, Paul George and Joel Embiid. So this is a team that is, if you have Giannis, anything is possible.
Yeah, but they don't have the think of a good analogy. They don't have what the Brewers had.
Consistency, you mean, or just kind of?
The bench.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody that can, pull out and say, oh, dude, I need you to do 3.5. Then I need you to get the next inning and a half. And then I need you to, and they just had that bullpen that they could rotate like over the course of 3 to 4 games and just beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, it's tough.
There's no bench.
Yeah, you look at this roster, again, if you want to compare it to that 2021 team, again, you had Drew Holiday, you had P.J. Tucker, you had a couple other guys. You had Chris Middleton as well, who was a very, very good Robin, who was underappreciated for a long time.
But the Hawks went down, and I think that's how the Bucks were able to catapult themselves beyond Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because had they not gone down, I think that would have been a different outcome.
It could have. I think that, the Hawks were on a run with Trae Young, obviously. And a couple of a couple other guys that they had on that team. But that's the nature of the game.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you have to adjust. You have to play with the guys that you have on the court. A lot of people like to make these excuses for some of these teams, but at the end of the day, there's W's and there's L's for a reason. There's no ties in basketball, so.
Been there already. Last weekend showed it. Whoo, Lord.
Yeah, rough.
That was a massacre.
No, but tonight should be a good night. Again, I don't want to say that.
And it's just game one.
Yeah, but if there's ever.
It's not going to set the, this is all the rest of the season is going to go.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I think this is a very good opening game for the Bucks, I think, compared to other teams. Like, again, the Rockets had to play the Thunder at home on ring night last night, as well as, the Lakers playing at home versus the Warriors. All of these teams are potential championship contenders. So I think that the Bucks get necessarily a dress rehearsal versus the Wizards. That's how I like to see it.
So Sincere Ronnie Ray Real said, I think we should have kept Dame despite the money. What you think?
I think that.
Ooh, you see that pause?
No, it's tough.
See that pause?
When you.
He said,
It was an experiment that didn't work year one, and that was because, again, of injuries and other guys that were kind of, I guess, displaced.
Because you had a 1 and a 2, and you had no 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and again, he came back for that second year, again, the full year that he was here, and he struggled. He had the deep vein thrombosis, I believe, that put him out for, a month or 2 months.
Yeah.
And then he kind of rushed back to get in shape for the playoffs. And there was just no rhythm, no consistency. And he's such a ball-dominant player that it's hard, especially with Giannis. Giannis is limited from the three-point line, so it was just a tough sell. I think that they got rid of him. They got a lot of money off the books for it. And it just was the best thing for him.
They were never big money spenders anyway.
Yeah, but it was a good experiment while it lasted. I think that Giannis himself, obviously, the trade would not have gone through if Giannis didn't believe that they could have made it work for another year.
Yeah, do we need to start questioning that now?
I don't think so. I think we
need to let the coach and the general manager do their job.
Well, that's another thing that people need to look at. We haven't developed any talent in a couple of years. There's a lot of young guys that are still on that bench that haven't played or haven't even contributed meaningful minutes. I think that they gave up. I'm blanking on his name, but there was a kid that they traded from the Bucks to the Wizards last season who was struggling. Early on in the preseason. I went to a couple games and kind of saw who. I'm blanking on the name. I need to get the name right now, but. There's never been a process where we draft these players and we keep them in-house for 2 to 3 years and then they kind of get to see or get to go beyond Giannis, So they love established
Did Giannis
veterans.
do D-League?
I don't think he ever played in the G.
Right. I mean, G-League.
AJ Johnson. That's who
AJ, yeah, okay.
But he's a young kid. He was, 18, 17 years old when they kind of got him in. And they never gave him any minutes to grow. He didn't get to learn on the fly. And he went to Washington and showed a glimpse of his potential. So I wish that we could keep more guys in-house.
Beauchamp too?
Yeah. But good
one.
Yeah, he was.
Good one, Zach.
That was not a guy that I liked. I didn't see any potential with
thank God Glenn is not the general manager or the coach.
I'm just being honest. I didn't see a lot from Marjan. He had some very rough stretches when he kind of got out there and had some minutes, but
he's loaning you his glasses.
I need my glasses. They just came in the mail today.
It's about time.
I know. Long overdue. But no, I think this is a team that will win. Well, I'll give them 48 to 50 games, and a 5 seed is good enough. So
okay.
I hope that they make it work.
You heard it. What about Middleton?
You going
to show us what he got, or LT is like,
Well, a lot of people were mad about the Middleton trade as well, but he was an aging forward on 2 bad ankles. You can't. Your ankles are everything. So I think they got rid of him, and it was a mutual decision again. I think.
But also, you gave up on what?
A championship run, yeah.
You gave up on that by itself has been proven. All these teams that all you need is that one play. The Dodgers have that one player, and it's not Ohtani.
No.
It's that guy that's sitting in the back that this is his 4th or 5th time, and he can go, hey, dude, next time do this, and can help them grow.
Yeah.
And they have it. They just need to push the button.
That's true. I think Giannis is such a forthright leader, though, that they can get everything that they need out of the guys that they have there. Like, they have Torian
Then
Prince.
they could have got it out of the ones before Dame left.
You think so?
And they didn't.
Those were banged-up veterans, though. I think guys like TP, again, TP is a good locker room guy. He can shoot the 3. He plays defense. I think that was a good keep for them. Brooke Lopez, as much as he was a fan favorite, I think that they got rid of him at a time when, they needed to get younger, and they made a good move. Again, Miles Turner is the glue here as well as KPJ. I think the sky's the limit if they can figure out how to play offensively together.
Glenn Pearce, All Things Sports. Truth of the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris.
Why he sounds so mundane when he talks about me? That's what he thinks of me, Zach.
It's not. I just you're a kindred spirit.
I appreciate that.
The K-E-N-dred, not the K-I-N. Because you're not from here, I'm not from here. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you.
As
Glenn
always.
Pearce, All Things Sports, Top 5 at 5 up next.
Come in with straight truth. If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you. And then they gonna tell you, come here. Now you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Enrollment in Milwaukee Public Schools has decreased by 1,600 students this year. Colliston Morgan with City Forward Collective says that taxpayers want MPS to be more affordable.
Let's get this ship right-sized. Let's have the number of schools we need for the kids that we're serving, because we just went to referendum in 2020. We just did again in 2024. One of the findings beyond education we found, when you talk to people like what's their top concern, it's not going to be a surprise to anybody here. It's affordability. It's housing affordability. It's cost of living concern.
Morgan says to save costs, the district should sell and consolidate schools. A major construction project in Milwaukee County gets started next week. The I-94 East-West project will close lanes from 70th to 16th Street and will impact parts of the stadium, Marquette, and Zoo interchanges. Department of Transportation Construction Supervisor Sean Ray says this.
The biggest message is Milwaukee is still open for business, but be patient. Plan for some alternate routes. We're going to keep the freeway open at all times, but obviously with reduced lanes, there's going to be some additional congestion, but there are alternate routes. We're going to have some advanced signage as you approach maybe even the Zoo interchange for some alternate routes to try to get around the construction zone, and be patient, plan for a little extra time.
The project is expected to take 7 years to complete. A popular downtown Milwaukee nightclub could be forced to shut its doors. The Common Council Licenses Committee is recommending that Element Lounge have its license revoked. Milwaukee police filed a complaint against the nightclub near Water in Michigan. MPD says the club has been connected to multiple shootings in the downtown area. Alderman Bob Bauman.
When you have 13 out of your 20 years of operation resulted in discipline, your business plan has a problem. So I would strongly urge this committee to recommend rescission.
The Common Council will make a final decision at its meeting November 4th. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, They can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, I want to remind you, the Truth, like us, is the proud home of Marquette University High School football. So Friday night, the Marquette Hilltoppers start their road back to the state championship with a first-round matchup against Sussex Hamilton Chargers. Kickoff is set for 7. Friday Night Football on the Truth is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 833-212-1017 is the number. I find it interesting, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but I guess I'm going to have to go to it after we are done with the top 5 at 5 because everybody seems to. Oh, I'm just trying to read the poll about Mandela Barnes running for governor. 71 to 29%. Y'all just saying yes because y'all just like Mandela. Come on. Why y'all? Come on. Really? I don't get it. I say no. I voted no. I voted no, but if you want to vote, you can go to 1017thetruth.com, click Watch Live, and go to our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then you can see the poll. Would you want to see Mandela Barnes run for governor? Yes or no? It's kind of simple. So, yeah. I think the sooner I start, the sooner I can get to my topic.
Number 5.
Well, Bucks, they're going to be playing tonight, so y'all better come, hang out and see what's going on because the excitement is building. We just heard from Glenn about the Bucks. They'll be tipping off their 25-26 season right here tonight, playing the Washington Wizards at the Fiserv. See, that's what I get for drinking mocha before I talk on the radio. At the Fiserv Forum at 7 tonight. Bucks president Peter Fagan says he's already excited and feeling the excitement of this new team. So we'll see. They got Miles Turner, Cole Anthony. They're younger, they're faster, they're deeper, they got some experience. So we'll see. It's just one game. It's just one game. Okay? They even got your boy back, Chris Middleton.
From the time I land up until we leave, about what it's going to be like there, just because I know it's going to be a lot for me. Y'all know I'm not very emotional, but, being in Milwaukee all those years, the things that I've accomplished, the life I've lived with my family, man, it was a dream. Like, it honestly was. To play with an MVP, like, not a lot of people get to say that. Hall of Famer, somebody that was halfway across the world. Like, never would I thought in a million years, like, I'll be playing with some dude from Nigeria or Greece, like, and we'll be linked up teammates.
So there you have it. He's back. So we'll see what happens. We'll kind of wait. I know y'all gonna get so excited that y'all gonna need some extra time.
This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Number 3.
Actually, that should be number 2. I'm sorry, number 4.
This is your 1017 The Truth.
Okay, so number 4 got saved over as the news update. I got to find the number 4.
So number 4. Where's my number 4? Somebody took my number, stole my number 4. Who do I complain to? Who do I call? Who do I call? Somebody. You wait till, you know what? I should call live. Okay. So, wait a minute. Wait. I got it. Number 4. All right. So, from JS Online, I don't know if y'all know this weekend, daylight savings time ends. So, the days are getting shorter, and Wisconsin is seeing its last 6 p.m. sunset of the year a couple days ago. So, we turn back the clock. Daylight savings time will end November 2nd between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. And so daylight savings time begins again March 8th, 2026. So from now to March, it's going to be different again. So it's the time period between March and November when Americans set their clocks ahead 1 hour. We gain an hour in November for more daylight hours during winter mornings, but lose an hour in March when the clocks spring forward for more daylight during summer evenings. I don't understand why we do it. I don't get why we do it. I don't really understand, but oh well. Number 3. All right. So from CBS 58, we talked about it the other day. The Common Council will take up a budget battle concerning the department's aging equipment. So, they went back and they're asking to set aside $14 million in next year's budget. They already got 2 for replacement of several engines and ladders and trucks and all that. They need another $12 million for a total of 14. Fire department says those replacements need to happen. As things stand right now, about half of their frontline fleet will exceed their recommended lifespan by 2027. The potential safety issue is set to be discussed at the Public Safety Committee meeting on Thursday morning. So if you want to be there, you might want to consider. Is this number 2 right here? Okay, let's see. No.
Number 2.
All right, there we go. So from JS Online, we are we're the second. A couple days ago, we were at the 3rd longest. Now we're at the 2nd longest government shutdown. Governor Evers is warning that funding for Wisconsin's food assistance program will run out in about a week. Even Evers wrote a letter to Brooke Rollins, who oversees the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and said federal government shutdown is projected to affect about 700,000 Wisconsin residents who utilize federal funding through the state food program known as Food Share. He said the funding will disappear in 9 days. Food Share is administered by state officials. And so we need about $114 million per month to fund the food program. Now, personally, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I don't know. Wow.
Number 1.
This from CBS 58. You remember we talked about the woman who had her kids locked in a storage unit? Well, the Milwaukee mother is charged with child neglect after police found 6 children locked in a storage unit, pleaded not guilty today in court. Records show a motion to dismiss was denied, and 27-year-old Azia Zelensky was bound over for trial. The charges come after the children aged 2 months, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9 were found inside a locked storage unit near 27th and Silver Spring back in September. According to the criminal complaint, police were sent to the area after receiving a report of a child crying inside a unit. Zelensky told officers the family had been sleeping in the storage unit for about a month and a half, and the children's father, 33-year-old Charles Duprice, is also facing charges and is set to appear in court on tomorrow.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axhousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Ready to hit the road in your new car? At Brewery Credit Union, we make it easy with affordable payment options on auto loans designed to fit your budget. Whether it's a brand new ride or the perfect used vehicle, we'll help you get behind the wheel faster. With flexible terms, quick approvals, and personalized service you can trust. Don't wait. Start your journey today. Apply online at brewerycu.com or visit us at Brewery Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
The American Cancer Society is launching Voices of Black Women, the largest ever study focused on Black women's health. This groundbreaking initiative is aimed at understanding health conditions like cancer so we can learn how to improve overall health among Black women. If you're a Black woman between 25 and 55 with no history of cancer, you can join by completing an online survey and short follow-ups twice a year. Your voice matters, because together we can uncover the root causes of cancer disparities and build a healthier future for generations to come. Learn more and enroll today at voices.cancer.org.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Oh, how you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. Improving. There's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, Jam! Sure getting down. Look at him.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hey, y'all. When it comes to your home, the smart play is trusting Gina Della and her team at Pella. This month, you can score a whole house of new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable. Thanks to incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping the drafts. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. So here's the deal. This is just me. And again, it's always just me. I don't understand why the media, this is a story in JS Online, about amid calls to defund, the Hop logs its highest August and September ridership numbers since 2019. Why is this a story? Unless you are trying to support something as idiotic and dumb as the Hop. Over the past 2 months, the streetcar, the Hop, that got hit by a dump truck, I think, and is it even still running? They saw the highest numbers since its launch. In August, about more than 50,000 people rode. In September, 45,000. They say, watch this, that amounts to 1,630 riders per day in August. But over the course of a year, it's only about 136 per day. So let's stop lying and let's stop trying to make it look like it's more successful than it really is. Because it's not. It's trash. And we talked about this before. It's a waste of time. It's a money pit. And you know it's a money pit. You know it's a money pit. Let it go. Stick a fork in it. Take all the metal. Scrap it. Pay back your $50 million you got from wherever you got or whatever you need to do. And trash it. Because it's just that. It's trash. And I don't understand why we keep talking about this idiot thing. They keep writing stories about it. Oh, we got to write a story. It's got to. All right. Now, I want to jump on this I-94 thing. We're expanding I-94. Hang on. Mao, they should not expand it. They need to just get rid of it. Because we have to keep paying. You're going to be paying for something you don't even ride. And if you did ride it, you probably rode it for free. Let it go. Stick a fork in it. It's done. We need to let go of the hop. There's no hope for the hop. Okay. I couldn't resist that. So I-94 is going to be going, and we need to understand that over the next 7 to 8 years, I-94 is going to be tied up. It's going to be at a point where people are going to be driving through your neighborhood. You're going to have backed up traffic in both directions. And I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea to reroute people down Blue Mound and what I think Blue Mound is north, and what's the street south? National? Maybe Greenfield? I'm just not feeling about it, because all these cars are going to be going through your neighborhood. All these cars are going to be going through your neighborhood. And don't forget, if they do roadway construction, they got to do utility construction as well. The sewers, the electric, the junction box, all that stuff. And somebody's going to have to coordinate law enforcement, ambulances, fire, all those things that normally get to the hospital in a quick time are not going to be able to do that. And so then what do? How do you keep people safe? Which is going to affect animal life. It's going to affect air quality as it relates to noise, crap in the air, construction, dust all over the place. It's not going to just be at I-94. That traffic that's not on I-94 is going to go on Blue Mound, east or west, and then switch over to Wisconsin Avenue. It's going to be on National. It's going to be on Greenfield. It might go as far south as Lincoln Avenue to go east and west. And so we have to be careful that we know what way we're going to go. We have to know how we're going to get to and from certain places. If grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, cousin, kid needs to get to the doctor or get to an appointment, where are you going to go? I can tell you now, Uber costs are probably going to go up because you're going to be sitting in the car a lot longer. I don't know. But think about that. Then you're talking about projects that are adjacent to that. Things that are already going on. They're already working on National Avenue. So then what do you do? Like, where do you go? It just makes no sense. Somebody didn't think this through. Somebody did not think this through. In mid-August, South General Mitchell Boulevard entrance to an exit to the VA is going to reopen, but then they're going to be closing it. And so we did all these updates to mitigate National Avenue, and then we're going to turn around and put all that traffic onto National Avenue off of I-94. So we had to improve the roads around there and adjacent to it so that we could increase the traffic, what, fourfold, fivefold? And then what? And then what? So we're going to be keeping a watch, and I'm going to see in the next week or so, see if we can get Debbie Lazaga to come in and really talk about the impact this is going to have on Milwaukee traffic and how you can plan for it. And so I haven't seen anything on how we're going to plan for it. What are we going to do? And yes, Greenfield is south because depending on whether you're going east and west, you're going to have to figure out which route is best and fastest for you, because we're talking an entire lane of traffic gone on both sides, eastbound and westbound. And so that one guy said, why 7 years for 3.5 miles? Because they are literally rebuilding that part. You know, that middle part that's there on I-94, it's not going to be there. They're removing all of that. But they need space for trucks. They need space for concrete. They need space for rhubarb. Rhubarb. Is it rhubarb or rhubarb? I always get the plant confused with the lead, with the iron pipe. Anyway, with the steel pipe. So on top of that, it's going to snow. And so the construction will just be sitting there. So you got Greenfield on the south, you got Nashville on the south, the next big street that goes through, I think, is Burnham, and then you got Lincoln. And then north, you got Blue Mound and Wisconsin Avenue. The other largest street that goes through is North Avenue. And so some people going east and west just won't go that far south from the north side. They'll just take North Avenue over, take Center over. Silver Spring is taking forever. And so Curly Q said there's congestion issue daily on I-94, so something has to give. I have to take it daily, and it's a headache. Melody said one alderman or woman says the hop brings renters to downtown, and the Element Lounge downtown is driving renters away, at least with our establishment in the day. Okay. So when we come back, I'm going to dive into this Element thing because we've already heard that they're coming up for possible loss of their license. And while I can get it, and while I understand what we're talking about as it relates to Element, one of the things that disturbs me about that is something we're going to talk about when we come back. We have to really look at how the city council and how we deal with those things and why we don't do it to other places in Milwaukee. But the biggest question I have, I'll ask when we come back.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The 24th annual A Novel event is coming. Sharp Literacy's yearly fundraiser will happen on October 28th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center. Green Bay Packers all-time leading receiver and Super Bowl champion Donald Driver will be the featured guest and keynote speaker. Funds raised at A Novel event will support the delivery of Sharp's STEAM-based education program to thousands of K-3 through 5th grade students and educators across Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you can save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
So you telling me that you can make lobster tail and crab legs? It will still taste like a lobster tail and crab legs, but they vegan?
Let me tell you, and my customers can testify to this. I can make vegan chitlins.
Now, come on.
God.
I don't know what chitlins taste like because it's been about 40 years since I had them.
I love them.
But you can do that.
My best customers for my vegan chitlins are those people who still eat meat.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth. Come in with straight truth.
Even the police department arguing over their little 12% that they want, and it's a shortage. Okay, I think at some point the people got to start using common sense. It ain't nothing personal. It's something that's community. That's it. And a lot of people try to deflect and make it personal. That's how you know they ain't doing nothing, because they try to make it personal. But really, it's about the conditions of the neighborhood, the conditions of the residents, the safety quality, the public safety ideas. Are we getting that? Are we using the taxpayers' dollars the best way we can to make a difference, to become a resource for everybody in the family to thrive? Is that happening? Yes or no? And if it's not, then you switch the coach. You get a different philosophy on the people. That's it. When times are tough, you need people to roll up their sleeves and get to work. When everything is working well, you sit back and you let it coast. You can't coast and things are bad.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app. Milwaukee Black Talk.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretend conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
All right, we've got a new accident. This is on 894 heading southbound, just south of Greenfield Avenue. It is off on the right shoulder, so watch out for delays. They'll stretch back into the zoo interchange, so be prepared for that. We've also got westbound 94 with an accident right at Moreland Road, just a car left over with a squad. It's enough, though. We've got backups pretty much stretching all the way back to the zoo interchange from Moreland Road. Eastbound 94 backing up from the zoo through to about 35th Street, and we've also got southbound 43, a bit of a backup south of Keefe all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, slight chance for a shower, cloudy and breezy, a low of 39. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 51. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. A reunion with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers in Sunday Night Lights as the Pack head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Coach Matt LaFleur isn't thinking about Rodgers, though.
I'm going to talk about how we, just like we do every week, what is our blueprint and what are our keys in order to go to Pittsburgh, which is a damn good football team and a really tough, hostile environment, and try to play our best.
That game begins Sunday evening at 7:20. Another reunion on the way to Milwaukee as the Bucks opened the season against the Washington Wizards and Chris Middleton. Middleton on the Analysis Live earlier this week.
Day one since I got there all the way up until, losing against Indy in the playoffs. I've been in Milwaukee pretty much my whole NBA career, so that's pretty much, all I knew was the life of, basketball in Milwaukee.
That game is tonight at 7 p.m. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. At 332121017 is the number. So, Brother Brad said, "Good evening, Dr. Ken. I'm listening to your show, and I was just wondering, are you being kind to Mandela Barnes or are you being nice?" I'm being kind. I'm saying exactly what I'm thinking, straightforward. He says, if you're being nice, why does it sound so rude? I think what happens is when you tell people something directly and straightforward, many people are unable to take the direct truth. Like many people are unable to take the hard, cold truth. Then he wrote, why poop on Barnes? I'm not pooping on him. I'm saying what I think. I can say what I think without thinking it, without it meaning somebody. Like I'm not offsetting what someone else says or co-signing with somebody. I'm saying don't run. Besides losing his election by making PB&Js, what's wrong with him running for governor? There's nothing wrong with him running for governor. I think what happens is, you want my honest opinion? Black people don't take a step back and look at what's best for them and best for the city, because everybody else does. And we don't have to vote as a group and as this big collective that comes together and do it. But I think if you vote for what's best for you, I think what you'll find is everybody agrees with what's best for them because it's best for everybody. And they'll vote. And they'll vote for the same person. You can't complain that white people vote for white people and they don't vote for black people when you have trouble voting for white people. If you think the only way you can move forward is to just vote for black people, go for it. I don't think it's going to happen. But at some point, you can't call someone else racist for not voting for a black person when you won't vote for a white person. And if you pick a black person, and if that's the reason why you pick them, that's up to you. I have no problem with it. That's up to you. That is your individual decision. The problem is you got to pick the right one, because we keep picking the wrong one. And the only thing that counts is winning. Like literally in politics, it only counts when you win. If you don't win, you weaken the field. And so now you have multiple people coming in. One good, strong candidate, black or white, is going to win governor. Period. Doesn't matter if it's Republican, doesn't matter if it's Democrat, doesn't matter if it's independent. Somebody that can stand outside the crowd and actually make Wisconsin the state it needs to be. I'm telling you, this state, when I moved here, I thought I found a gem, as in GEM. This place, I'm telling you, it's great here. I don't care what anybody says. You got the shootings, you got the crime, you got knuckleheads up in Green Lake and Port Washington. People acting a fool everywhere. But in the end, I think it's a great place to raise your kids. Great place for home ownership. Great place to hang out. That's all I'm saying. But you have to believe it. And that means sometimes you need to vote your conscience. You need to vote what's going to be in your best interests, not the party. We've been doing that since 1968. Ain't got us nowhere. We keep getting sold a bill of goods and told over and over and over, it'll be next time. And next time never comes. But when you come in and people tell you, and you put all your marbles, as other black people have done, in the Democratic Party, and they basically make you look foolish, and you know how they believe, if they gave you the money, you do what they say. And you wonder why he didn't win. Somebody's got to step up and say, hey, time out. You can't do it. You got to roll. We have to learn how to tell people no. We have to learn how to have that same gravitas, that same push. And if you agree with me or disagree, 833-212-1017 is the number. If you want to move forward, you have to become uncomfortable and vote and do some things you don't want to. That's just it. That's just it. Otherwise, the city would be turned around. And it's not. And we don't say anything about it. We don't complain. We don't push back for shootings that are occurring in the city. We'd rather show up for No King's Day than for the 16-year-old that got shot and killed in the city. Where's the protests for young people? 6-year-olds getting shot. Happened the other day. I'm not saying nothing. What do we do? What is your thought? You can hit me on the talk and text line, or you can hit the YouTube chat, or you can just call 833-212-1017. What do we do? And what's going to happen when the I-94 stuff happens, right? And people start driving through your neighborhood and people get carjacked, or God forbid, people get robbed, or their car breaks down and something happens. Then what? You're going to come out there? Like, at what point do we wake up and say, enough is enough? LT, I don't know. LT said wasn't no black people at the No King's Day. Was there? Yeah. Zach said it was black people at No King's Day. But again, why? Your city is falling apart. Your county is falling apart. Your state is about to fall apart. And you're worried about Donald Trump. Who gives a flip about Donald Trump when you have issues at home? Your house is on fire. And instead of calling 911, you call DoorDash. Like, what is that? I don't get it. All hell's breaking loose in the city. You got 6-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 16-year-olds shot and killed, 2 adults shot and killed, shootings on Friday, shootings on Saturday, shootings on Sunday, shootings on Monday. What do? Go to No King's Day. Really? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. And we're proud of doing nothing. And the weird part about it, they're not dying in the white community. They're dying in the black community. They're dying in Lincoln Park, Sherman Park, Harambe. And we say nothing. What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Because I'm going to say it, I'm going to call you out. If you don't call, if you don't complain, if you don't march to stop shootings in Milwaukee, I got to tell you, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Literally one call, that's all.
I made one call, and that's all, worry-free.
One call, that's all. It worked.
Just one call, and that's all.
They will do what they say they're going to do. One call, and that's all.
One call, that's all means security.
It's literally one call, that's all.
It's a phrase we'll never forget.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Getting to treatment shouldn't stand between you and life-saving care. The American Cancer Society's Road to Recovery program eases your burden by providing free rides to cancer-related medical appointments. Their trained volunteer drivers are ready to pick you up, take you to your appointment, and bring you safely back home, all at no cost. Don't let transportation keep you from the care you need. Schedule a ride today by visiting their website, cancer.org/transportation. That's cancer.org/transportation.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212. 1017 is the number. Somebody says salute to DoorDash. 833-212-1017 is the number. Wonder who called the number. Hey, Sandra, how are you?
Hi, Dr. Ken. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are things going? How you holding up? For those of you that don't know,
Sandra, like a strong black woman. Huh?
Sandra called last week and let us know and notified us her husband had passed away. So how long were you guys married?
38 years.
Woo, Lord. That's what I'm talking about. My kids ain't even that old. I ain't even that old. Okay, I'm lying. But, first of all.
I'm that old.
Well, but you also. Wait. But you also told me you were single.
I was single?
That's what you said.
Well, the reason I say that because my husband is political. That's okay. All. He was just, he was always out helping the people. He helped unions and he marched for civil rights. And he was a big shot.
All right. That's what's up.
And in order to be a big shot, you got to rumble. You got to roll.
That is true.
So he was a big shot. So I got a lot of little plaques that he got in his service to the community. And that's what we need. That's what I'm calling about.
Okay.
We need good service to the community. We need a leader because he was a leader. And we need to get a leader. We need to teach our kids politics. We need to teach them our government. We need to teach them how the destruction of the city happened in every central city in the United States.
Right.
Same way. And so it was a plotted plan, and it worked just the way it was supposed to work, for the people that destroyed it. So I think rather than sit and knowing about the shooting in Pearce.
Wow.
So we need to get our kids and get them, I say, period, we're going to have to get them off the street. Because if you keep saying the city is this run down and bad,
so then,
we're going to have ice.
How do we do that?
Well, you got to talk to the parents. You got to get them out there and put up signs or
but
something.
The problem is the parents. The parents are actually the problem.
But put up signs. We got billboards, and we got them, function more on meetings. Because
so when they don't, what do we do?
I think we do it meetings.
So
and they pick the best places to raise their kids.
So when they don't, what do we do?
Well, what you going to do? I still think it'd be help. I don't think it's a done deal that we have to fall into the ocean with the sharks.
Okay. What does that mean? Fall into the ocean with the sharks?
Well, because every day there's something negative about the city. Every day.
Well, we keep doing negative stuff in the city. Well, we keep doing negative stuff in the city.
No, it's not always we. Everybody do negative stuff. You just don't hear about it like you hear about black people. Because black people are the ones that they say are the criminals. It's only 13% of us in America.
But do you care?
All the criminals.
But I can't do anything about that.
6%
I can only do about me and those I influence.
But if you're only 1/4 of the population, how can everything be so bad for you?
Well, that's a defeatist attitude,
isn't it? Put it this way. You're the crook. Put it this way.
But isn't that? But we. Okay. That has nothing to do with local politics, though. What about local?
We got to get on them because look, their boss got $1 million staff up there. Now Milwaukee don't have no money. They're paying it all out. We need to start getting our kids learning this stuff.
Right.
And we need to be learning the government ourselves because it's just wrong to sit and blame one race of people for every crime in Wisconsin.
But we also commit crime.
Everybody commits crime.
We ain't talking about everybody. We talking about black people. But
yes, I will put white people out there just like we put black people.
But we're not talking about white people. I don't live in a white community. I live in a black.
Care. I'm going to get the newspapers.
No.
They get newspapers, Dr. King.
No.
They don't put that all on the news.
Of course not. So the only way to fight back is to not do the crime. And then we won't get
you're going to have crime.
Oh, come on.
People out,
just excusing. Are you excusing black crime and black homicide? Are you
pour people out of the city?
Are you excusing black crime and black homicide?
I'm going to excuse as long as they keep blaming black for all the crime and white people never get blamed.
Sandra,
I'm going to do it that way. Every time you say black, I'm going to say white.
Sandra, are you coming to the Truth Summit on November 15th?
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be at Thrive on King, 2153 North King Drive in Milwaukee.
And it's going to be the 15th?
Yep, 15th of November from 10 to 1. We're going to be talking about education, and we're going to be talking about health care.
Oh, I can come, yeah.
I appreciate that.
Okay, I'll come.
All right. All you got to do is go to 1017thetruth.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I said that wrong. 1017truthsummit.com. 1017truthsummit. And register. Now, do me a favor. Call me tomorrow. If you didn't do it, what I will do is you call me, I'll get your information, and I'll register you myself.
Okay, then.
All right.
Okay, you said 101.7 Truth Summit.
No, 1017truthsummit.com.
1017 Truth Summit. Okay.
All right.
I got it.
Okay,
all right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And thank you, Mao and Sincere and LT. They send their condolences along with Curly Q for the loss of your husband. But you see, she's doing fine. She's hanging in there. I think. Hey Zach, we need to give Sandra her own seat at the Truth Summit. We're gonna have a little seat. You can just you're gonna let her sit there. Now I ain't serving her, but we'll have a seat for her. But again, we have to engage people like Sandra. We have to engage people like Curly Q. We have to engage people on the YouTube chat, the talk and text line. And you, when you call, so that we can figure out exactly what is going on and how we need to fix it. I want to thank Brother Brad and Marvin for chiming in about Mandela Barnes. It's good. I see Southside Frank is hanging around. And it's important that we understand exactly what's going on with all of this. It just doesn't make any sense that we allow all these things to happen in our city and we say nothing about it. And that's what we're going to be doing at the Truth Summit. We need as many people as we can get there. We need the room completely and totally crowded. You get to talk to educators who educate our children in both city and suburban public schools. You'll be able to ask questions. We'll talk about health and why we're dying sooner than we should because we don't eat right. Got it? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. The analysis is coming up because it's Wednesday, and then we'll hang out with Tori Lowe and throughout the rebroadcast. Make sure you keep it locked right here. Remember, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com, or you can just, whenever you feel like it, listen to the rebroadcast by downloading the 1017 The Truth app at the App Store or Google Play Store. Appreciate you. Love y'all. God bless. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you. See you in 22. I'm out.
Be quiet.